heritage gaining favour over fashion. And by that, you mean sort of younger fashion. Why are we seeing this outperformance in heritage?
I think it's because of the higher exposure that they have to Asia predominantly, and then also the demand coming from Asia into the countries in which they are, where they domicile. So twofold.
And we're also seeing that when it comes to where these consumers are shopping, it seems to be that the UK proves to be a good place to go to. The chart 584 showing you that when you put the Chinese yuan, of course, Chinese tourists shop a lot overseas. Against the Chinese yuan, the pound has fallen. That would be your line in blue. While against the euro, it's actually risen. So it's become more expensive to shop in Europe than it is in the UK. Is this trend going to be sustained?
I believe so. The companies are expecting a more difficult time in Europe the first half of 2018. And when we look at the UK side of things, Q3 was up against a difficult base because we had year on year the weakening of sterling because of Brexit. But as we've started to head through the Q4, we're seeing 5% plus sales growth against a difficult base out of the UK. And we would expect that to better into the first half of 2018.
And speaking of 2018 as well, I just want to go back to the heritage brands, Deborah, because I find this really interesting. I mean, do you expect that outperformance to continue? And in which brands in particular? I mean, what about Burberry, for example? That kind of ties the sort of UK sterling and heritage story all together.
Yeah, and it had a difficult time through the first half of the year in 2017. Coming into Q3, it hit a 5% same-store sales base, which is a really important indicator. And we're hearing comments perhaps that Phoebe Philo, who has left Celine after 10 years there with the French brand owned by LVMH, could perhaps be heading in the direction of Burberry after Bailey departs. So there's a lot going on for the brand. The way they're redefining their outerwear, the way they're adding new collections, new collaborations with good celebrities. So yeah, there's a lot happening across the sector overall.